have to be my holy grail, guys. I promise, I swear by this. If you ever want your cookie to smell like groceries, I mean smell. Hey girls, it's Rach and the Loose here. Today I'm back with a very delicate video. And I would say, if you're a man, a pervert, one side, please. If you want to share this video with your girls or you just want to tell someone to learn something, just share the video, but don't watch, please, I beg you. Don't watch it. Today we're going to talk about the cookie. I mean, everything I'm going to talk about in this video would be below the belt. So guys, kindly to the left, pervert, one side, and let's get started. Okay. Let me just give you guys a quick update. We're going to get comfortable here. So, the topic about the cookie is not anything I would ever think of talking about or asking my mom, nobody. And I'd say that when I came to Sweden, I realized that I needed that talk because I did not know what to do. I came here during the winter, and what that meant was you wear a lot of clothes, you wear tight clothes, you wear tights and layers and layers, and I don't just mean on your neck. I mean, you could layer trousers, you could layer tights and stuff to make sure that you're warm enough. But soon enough, I started to realize that things were not okay. I started having a lot of issues with my cookie, and I did not know what was going on because at first I'm like, okay, before I just saw that problems to do with a cookie is because maybe someone is having irresponsible sex or has some kind of, I don't know, I just did not know it would actually affect me, which is so ridiculous because I was quite an adult. But anyway, let me just say that this talk is the talk I wish I had back then. And the moment I realized some of the stuff that I'm going to talk to you girls about today, my life completely changed. So should we get started? So to make this more structured, I've put it in different layers. So I have period hacks, I have health hacks, I have smell hacks, and one shaving hack. Are you ready? Yes, let's get girly. Oh my gosh. First hack is my period hack. I don't know why I never thought about this, but when you're having your period during the last few days, usually like you have very light flow or something like that, so it can be quite hard to put on a tampon because that's what I use. And this is the hack. Either you can use a lubricant, but maybe if you're young and you can't go buy that, you just don't feel comfortable buying a lubricant, just lick it. Just take your tampon and lick it. Make sure that when you're licking your tampon, you haven't eaten fish or something, you know, just make sure your mouth is clean, lick your tampon and put it in. It's much softer and much easier than just pure friction up your vagina. I don't know about you, but for me, still period, I have the most terrible period pains. Like I don't want to go through that. But I realized that if I take my I have a period tracking app actually, and it doesn't matter, whichever you're using works just fine. But I know like just a day before or the night before I know I'm supposed to have my period, I take my painkillers before. But also the good thing about tracking your period is like during the month sometimes you feel uncomfortable, like when you're ovulating and stuff, you start feeling some kind of pain. I don't know, but like I personally have ovulation pain, and I also know when I'm about to have my period like how it feels. So when I take my painkillers before that, Brufen or whatever you're using, just take it, it will help you. And basically it sort of helps to dissolve the uterine wall so it's not as thick, and that's what actually causes the cramps to be so intense. So use that and you'll be fine. Third period hack. Girls, during your period it can be a little bit hard to do number 2. So the hack is, if you're using a tampon, kindly take it out. It just helps to relax that area and it makes it easier to do number 2. Or if you're doing number 1, maybe you just change it and you don't feel like putting a new one. Just tuck it in so that you don't do number 1 on the string, and that can also, because that can actually give you infections. So just tuck it, not in, but tuck it more upwards. Does that make sense? Let's talk about panties, ladies, okay? You see this? It's all cute and stuff, super cute, adorable, like you look pretty, but this material is not breathable. It's not. It just makes you sweat, and it just keeps that, and the more you sweat, the more bacteria can accumulate around that place, and that will just give you infection. I'd prefer we use this kind of panties, and of course ultimately you want to use cotton because cotton is so good, it's breathable, but sometimes you just want a change and you want to keep it spicy. So lace is also nice if you get one that is breathable like this. This one has so much holes and under is cotton. I prefer it, although this can be quite rough at the back, but let's not be graphic. Your best friend will have to be, ta-da, granny panties. And these things are so cheap, you can buy a lot of them. And I mean, maybe you cannot wear them when putting on jeans or something tight, they look a little bit but when you're at home and you're not doing anything serious, you can always put on this at home. But the best of them all is to just go commando as much as you can. When you're sleeping, sleep commando. When you're at home and maybe you have your soft trousers, just, you don't have to put on anything, just let the girls breathe. When you have a situation, that's a situation that has to be dealt with, then you go to the you go get some OTC over the counter and they give you this medicine that just adds more problem to the problem. Like, it helps the situation, but shortly after you start having another outbreak after outbreak. But then I found out this one hack, and that is using yogurt with your tampon. So take your tampon, dip it in natural yogurt and put it up, and basically what it does is that natural yogurt has lactobacillus that helps with the growth of the healthy bacteria that your cookie needs to stop that problem. So when I started using that, my life completely changed. But since then, I never had again problems to do with bacterial vaginosis at all. It just disappeared, and that was it. And anytime I feel like I need a little bit of a boost, just do that, because sometimes you're like, I need that bacteria right back here. Do that, your life will be sorted. Having healthy stomach bacteria is important, girls. During my last morning routine video, I told you guys that I usually take a probiotic. I didn't mention, but this is the one I take, and this one is called PROMAGI if you're in Sweden, but it doesn't matter. It just has the healthy bacteria that your gut needs, and lactobacillus is one of that. And if you take your probiotics, girls, it will help so much with your general gut health, and that will also help with your cookie health. Life saver, go for it. And now the point we've been waiting for is the smell. Okay, girls, it's not okay to smell like fish. It's not okay to just have that funkiness going on. But sometimes, depending on where you are in your period, there could be changes here and there. But if you're like me, who can smell anything, then you get paranoid. You think the whole world from where can smell what you like. I mean, I get so paranoid, so I'm like, I need to take care of this now and now. So here are my hacks, the things I do personally that I've seen has changed my cookie life forever. Forever. The use of panty liners, especially after your period or when you are doing things that make you sweat a lot, like if you're really active. And for me, you know, I move a lot, I'm always running here and there, and maybe I don't have time to in between the day to just go shower and be fresh. But when I use a panty liner, so I always have this, and I prefer these ones that are what do you call, that are covered, because the ones that are open, I just feel like they catch bacteria. And I can tell you, panty liners are good bacteria breeding places, bad bacteria breeding places. So have them covered, and like if you just have like 3 of them in your bag and you just walk around, and anytime you feel like I need a change, just do that, and it will keep your panties warm, it will keep your panties dry, it will keep that place dry as well. And also anything that has happened in the day can quickly be taken care of. Another thing I use if I'm not using panty liners is the use of baby wipes. I don't know about you, but for me, just tissue paper doesn't work for me. It just doesn't do the magic. I like it if I go to a place that has water, even better, but that's not always the case. Not all places you go to have water, but this is your best friend. Right, keep some in your bag, and anytime you need like pick me up moment, or when you feel like no, just rush to the bathroom and you can easily take care of that quickly without a problem, and all of a sudden fresh. Another hack is that if you really feel like your cookie is not smelling right, and you are quite sure that you don't have any kind of infection or disease or something, you can always use baking soda. And this is what you do: just drink, like, make it a habit of drinking baking soda, because it's very alkaline, and maybe it's the acidity of the cookie that usually quickly throws you off balance and puts you in trouble. But if you drink baking soda, because it's quite alkaline, just take 1 teaspoon or 2, depending on how much you can take, in water. Drink it in the morning or whenever. It helps daily. Or if you really feel like I need this instantly, is to put a teaspoon in your bathing water and just soak there when you drink your wine or read your magazine or whatever you do in the bathtub. Whatever, just chill, just have a good time with your girl and just catch up, you know. It helps quite a lot. And another thing also that you could use is white vinegar. It's so disgusting drinking vinegar, by the way. Those who drink it, good for you, but I hate the taste of vinegar. Just put half a cup, add it to your bathing water, and just soak there for a while. It helps to boost your pH in the girl section. Okay guys, the moment we've all been waiting for is here. And this will have to be my holy grail, guys. My holy grail. I promise, I swear by this. It makes you smell. If you ever want your cookie to smell like groceries, I mean smell nice, of course, not groceries, but smell good or just super fresh the whole day, or without having those moments where you're just like, this is not okay. These things I can say make me smell like groceries. Literally, that's the closest I can put it. It's not scented, it's not perfumed, it's quite neutral, but it just keeps you fresh the whole day. I swear by it. The cleansing wash is good, but then sometimes you can feel a little bit of dryness, which is something I never really knew. Like, I know that people experience dryness, but it's not a thing that I thought of because I never experienced it until I used this one day. I'm like, this is not so okay, but I can say it keeps you fresh the whole day. And then I discovered this, the cleansing oil version of the cleansing wash, and this is like more oily, more soft. It's the best thing ever. It has a very good silky soft feeling when you use it to wash the cookie. It just leaves it so fresh, so soft, and very like, oh my gosh, this, go for it. If you live in Sweden, you're welcome. Last but not least, this one I want to tell you, please do this with a pinch of salt. But I realized that whenever I used to shave, I would have like ingrowns, or I had ingrowns sometimes, and it's so pretty. That thing is so pretty. If you use a stick deo out on the outside, please God, kindly don't you ever use anything perfumed or whatever on the inside of your cookie, but just on the outside. It helped with the ingrowns a little bit, but now I just decided to go the laser way, so I never have to deal with that. Okay guys, those were my girl hacks that I promised you, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, because I would say that talking about the cookie is not a normal topic, and I can tell you, I was so nervous. Like, I promised you guys, and we're like, yes, we want cookie hacks, and I was just like, oh my god. I was quite nervous to film this, and I really hope that you guys liked this video, and if you did, please share the video, please like it, and leave me a comment below on what you'd like to see next. I'm thinking it's either I could do a haul, go shopping, some nice clothes, or do a vlog. So just tell me down below what you'd like to see next in this channel. It was so nice hanging out with you girls. I hope you learned something. Bye, I love you. Mwah.